Hey guys, welcome to the Resilience Podcast. Me and Andrew are back. We got a lot of cool announcements that we're super excited to talk about. We want to talk about a few things. We're just going to go through an agenda very quickly of what we're going to cover on the podcast. We're going to go through the Hyrox. Very amazing, cool event that we ran.
So awesome, amazing.
Yeah, very cool event that we ran over the weekend that we were super excited about. We're going to touch into Hyrox and how that's been going, pairing that with Resilience, the FT-RDx programming we're going to go over. We're going to go over the Resilience games. Which which I know
excited about that.
This guy is like super pumped about, as well as I, but this guy's got the vision for it and knows exactly what's going on with that. And then we got a special announcement, something coming in the new year. We're doing a new project that we're very pumped about, which we're going to tell you about at the end of the podcast.
So before we start, you said the Hyrox. We gotta start by thanking everyone because it was an incredible experience for us, and for the coaches and for Resilience. But we left that. I remember we went back to East York and we dropped off the truck and we were talking and we were like, the best thing about that was everyone came together and rallied, and it wasn't possible to do anything like that without all the help, all the volunteers, the coaches, and just the participants. It was incredible. So we wanted to say thank you to everyone who was there and helped. It was unbelievable.
Yeah, we had a ton of volunteers come out and help out dedicated so much time. And really, when we put this event together, we're like, we need to get a lot of volunteers for
or
this.
It ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, or it's gonna run very poorly.
Yeah.
And these guys, everyone that came in, and they stepped up huge. There were a couple problems with the clock. The volunteers were so on and ready. And we couldn't have asked for better volunteers and more dedicated volunteers, help with cleanup. So we just wanted to extend our gratitude and thank you so much.
You guys. Thank you.
Wouldn't have happened without you guys. Yeah. So thank you very much. So Andrew, let's talk about the Hyrox first. We're just fresh off the weekend of Hyrox. How do you think it went? And tell me about it.
Tell me, the Hyrox is amazing. The Hyrox is incredible. I mean, if you're listening to this podcast and it's the first time hearing about Hyrox, it's a fitness race that really started overseas, and it's coming to Canada in October.
October 5th and 6th.
Resilience Fitness is affiliated, and we decided to run a Hyrox to give everyone an opportunity to get a taste for the race. Yeah. And it was amazing, man. It was. I couldn't have asked for a better experience for, I think, the community as a whole. I think that it was exactly what we wanted to get across, which was obviously a competitive event, but one that gave everyone an opportunity to try it and to learn, to feel it, and to just be in the trenches, sweat it out, get uncomfortable, have fun, and do it with other members. So for that reason, it was incredible.
So we were in the truck talking about it on the way back, and you're like, that was sick, that went well. Why do you think it went so well, and why were you so excited after the event? I was excited, I can tell you why, but I want to know why you were super excited and what you thought went well with the event.
Well, I think it's cool when there's so many different members and clients and coaches that actually never really get to cross paths.
Yeah.
So in an event like that, everyone gets to kind of meet each other. And then nowadays with social media, you kind of see people on camera, on Instagram, you may be like, I kind of know that person. And then you get everyone in the same building, under the same roof, and everyone's competing and having fun. So for that reason, I think it went so good because people actually got to connect. People got to meet each other, East York and Durham. I love when they get under the same roof. So for that reason, I would say was probably the best part about it for me was like looking and just seeing, honestly, hundreds of people connecting throughout the day. So I think it went well in that sense. And then the other thing that went well is the flow of the race.
Yeah.
Like that was our first time running Hyrox. Let's go. And it just went amazing. Like it flowed great. The entrance and the exits of the zone. I think the way that the race flowed was it was awesome, man. Yeah, how do you think it went?
I thought it went amazing. It's a lot of the same reasons you did, but for some of my reasons was like, I know a lot of people were a little bit nervous to do it, and then getting a taste and hearing them talk about it and be like, hey, I can do this, or maybe I'll do it next year, even if they're not signed up. There was like a lot of not reluctance, but a little nervousness from people.
Yeah, for sure.
And then people doing it and like being with a partner or doing it solo, I think a lot of people enjoyed it. I didn't hear anyone leave and be like, very discouraged. They were all encouraged, motivated, and I feel like that translates over to the classes. So that's huge. I see big motivation.
How does that, like someone doing a Hyrox and not really knowing anything about the race, how does that translate to class? Like, what do you mean by that?
I just think like just through talking to clients and myself and talking to you and talking to the coaches that are doing it, it's like it just gives you that motivation. You know, most of us have like goals to be fit people and to live a healthy lifestyle, right? And you come in and sometimes there's that motivation of just like checking the box and coming in.
Right.
But when you have this race and this race is great at applying all different aspects of fitness, running, lifting, all that stuff. It really provides motivation, I think, for a reason to go hard on the skier, a reason to go hard in the class on the rower, a reason to run harder, a reason to get out and run, go to run club, do all these things. So that's been
so
super
you're saying
cool.
that you're glad that we are affiliated with Hyrox and we do a lot of their stuff in class.
Yeah.
Okay,
I am. I'm very excited.
And we're going to touch on a lot of that in this podcast.
We're going to touch on a lot of that. So
we're just kind of we're glazing the surface right now.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly.
We want to go deep into it though. So we're going to.
So like Hyrox went amazing. Tell me about, and this kind of like just is a perfect segue of like since we started doing being affiliated with Hyrox, how do you think that's going? What has been the impact of doing that, and what do you been seeing?
I mean, you just talked about it. It was just the level of motivation for people to take what they've been doing, some clients for 5-6 years. Yeah. And now they're getting a chance to display that to themselves and to see, okay, applicably, how does that look like in consecutive zones? I do farmers carries twice a week at Resilience. I've been doing that for 5 years. They might be thinking, but now let's do it and then run and then do the rower, something else you might do the next week at game day. So now you're putting all these characteristics that the average client is working through on a daily basis or a weekly basis, and you're putting it in one sort of race. So I think it gives those people a chance to see where they're at. Exactly. Yeah. Where am I at in my fitness? Where's my weaknesses? Yeah. Where am I doing well in? How do I, you know what I mean? So it really, I would say, maybe it's the wrong word, but it exposes where are you at. It brings everything. You can't hide from it. So I like that. I think tests are really good. I think when we're too consumed by it, it might be a bad thing, but it's good. It surfaces everything.
It's a level of measure, because I know me and you have talked about it quite a bit, about like we've been doing this for 10 years and we've done like little events and challenges and stuff like that, but that ongoing motivation, sometimes clients that have been coming for a long time, and they're great at showing up and getting here and doing it, but there's like that extra gear maybe that we're seeing these guys go into. I'm not even gonna name, like all these names are popping in my head, and I'm not gonna single them out, but I've seen like a huge increase in motivation, which has been so cool to see for me. Definitely. So it's like a big benchmark. And I was gonna ask you a little bit, like, how do you feel, because we've talked about this a little bit, about like the pairing of like the community aspect of Hyrox and how that pairs well with us.
Yeah, I'm glad we're talking about this, because it didn't get into my mind when we were thinking about this podcast. But the community aspect is cool because, well, a couple reasons. You can do it in a relay with 3 other people, which is a great entrance point. So there's a community aspect, like actually in the race, and then there's doubles. You know, I'm doing it with my wife. I think you're doing it solo, but you can do it doubles, and there's like a community aspect of that. You can go with other doubles and kind of get after it together. So those are great entrance ways to Hyrox. And then I think the community, it even goes to the global scale. Because it started overseas, and now it's really worked its way into North America. It's worked its way into Mexico. It's worked its way into Asia. It's all over the UK, Europe. So I think there's a celebration of fitness in many ways across the world right now. It's almost like you know, CrossFit kind of held the market for like 10 or 15 years, which is cool. There's so many things about CrossFit I like. And I kind of feel like this is sort of a new wave of competitive fitness, which is even more inclusive, probably than CrossFit, I would say, but that's just my opinion. So that's cool to see. Like, it's really dope.
And we got super excited about, like, there's so many people going to the Hyrox Toronto one in lots of our clients. But and then what excited us huge is like there's now people coming. I'm going to Vegas. I think you're going to Vegas.
I think so. I think so. We'll
We
see.
have clients
We'll
going to Vegas, and it's like, how cool is this that we're going to be able to spend time together, get on a plane, go down, and hang out, and do this thing, positive thing, and that's like building community. That's building relationships. Right?
Let's talk about like some maybe things of this might perk some people's ears up a little bit more. Let's dive into it and get a little more transparent. But like business wise, I think like, you know, we're just two entrepreneurs. We're just two dudes that we're learning as we go.
Yeah.
And I would say that entrepreneurship in many ways is constantly evolving. And if you're running a business, especially in the service industry, you have to be willing to shift and keep moving and changing, not your core values or what your business, the point of it is, but you have to shift and move. And since Hyrox came in, there's such an amazing parallel to what we are already doing. That's why I constantly try to communicate in a very gentle way to our clients that, no, we're not just jumping on the Hyrox bandwagon. We've been doing things that are in line with Hyrox, and now Hyrox has just started. So it's a great way to display where our clients are at. So that's first and foremost. And then second of all, what does that do for our community and for our business? It gives people an opportunity to do something together socially outside the gym. That's big. I know that this guy called me last week on the phone. I think it was like 11 o'clock at night, because we do that. And he's like, I got this great idea. I'm like, all right, let's go, because we do that all the time. And tell them.
It's the fun of the business.
It's the best part, man. I love it. Tell them about your idea when it came to Hyrox with being outside the gym.
You mean like traveling and stuff?
Yes.
Okay, so
And what that means.
Yeah, I mean, like, you know, we've done a couple things. Like we've done some fitness trips, and when we went to San Diego together. We were planning a Jamaica trip, and COVID kind of kiboshed that. And we noticed so much fruit from that. People coming together. People still talk about that. That was like back in 2018, 19, right?
Yeah, a long time ago.
I just see a huge parallel in that, taking the community and going to different places and getting coaches. Hopefully they're interested in going out too, and bringing clients and inviting people. And we don't have to just wait until Toronto comes around and we can do an event. There's events happening all over the world, and there's nothing stopping the community from going as a group and going to different events if they're interested. And it just provides that huge connection between clients and builds that community. And that's what me and Andrew have always been trying to do. So it fits perfectly with that.
So what does that look like in practicality with resilience?
I think it's just, looking at the schedule and seeing if anyone wants to go and going. So we're going in Vegas. I mean, I'm sure we'll get some more in, but in February we're going in Vegas, me and Andrew and a couple others, and we invite anyone else that wants to come out, and we're going to continue to do this in the future, and hopefully that's going to provide the motivation to keep getting better, to keep showing up at the gym, and just give you that motivation and make fitness fun, right? So that's what we've always been trying to do, and
one of the things that I like about group training or the gym is Josh and I grew up together. So when we were in high school, I remember there'd be so many times after school where we'd hang out, whatever, with our friends. But once you kind of pass that age, I think, of high school and university, it is so much harder to align schedules to actually hang out with people. Am I right?
And make friends,
and make friends and do whatever you got to do. So the gym is a touch point because it's something that people do on an almost daily basis. So when you start sweating in the trenches with people, there's a level of obviously vulnerability when you're running and sweating and you're just a mess. And then the class is over. There's an opportunity to become friends with someone just because there's that level of vulnerability. Okay, I just went through this crazy workout with this person. Who is this guy? Let's talk a little bit. And then that snowballs. And then you kind of start to learn about this guy's got a son. Okay, cool. How's your son? And then over the weeks, you start to form this bond. And I love that about resilience because we want to always foster that. So to tag on to what you're talking about with Hyrox, it just allows that relationship aspect to flourish even more. It allows that to deepen to a greater degree. It allows you to, we were talking about going to Vegas and not just doing Hyrox. Like, what else are we gonna do? Well, we want to rent road bikes and go for a 40K bike ride in the desert. So little things like that, and we're just spending time together. So I love that. I think that's amazing.
It's going to be sick.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask just the devil's advocate part, because we're talking a lot of Hyrox, and there may be certain clients that say, well, like, I don't want to do the race. I have no interest.
Yeah.
So what do you say to someone that's like a client that's like, I have no interest in doing the race, and it seems like you guys are going in this direction of moving towards Hyrox?
That's a great question. I would start by looking directly in the camera and saying that we are not a Hyrox, just a Hyrox gym. We're a Resilience Fitness, and we're affiliated with Hyrox, and we offer Hyrox classes, and the things that we do are going to help you do better in Hyrox, but it's not the end all be all of what we do here. Mm-hmm. So I would say that. I would start by saying that. So what does that mean? That means if you're a client and you don't have any interest in Hyrox, you're still going to get an amazing benefit of doing the classes that serve you to get better at Hyrox. You're still gonna get an amazing workout.
Yeah.
You're still gonna be in a competitive atmosphere. You're still gonna be constantly allowing yourself to improve and challenge yourself. So I would say that if you're not interested in Hyrox, the workouts that we build around it are still gonna be amazing for you.
Yeah.
It's still, because we haven't changed a million things about our training. Yeah. We're already doing the things that we're offering and displaying it now. Hey, this is gonna help you with our Hyrox. And we've been doing that for 9 years.
Yeah, we've already been doing it. So yeah, if you're not doing the race, you're still getting the benefits of the training, right? Which is like, getting better condition, again, learning how to run, getting stronger, building towards longevity so that you can live a healthier lifestyle. So yeah, I just wanted to touch on that because I think it's something to actually think about, and it's fair to bring up. Let's talk about FT-RDx. We released it 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Tell me what you think about that. How's it going? Tell me about that. What do you think?
FT-RDx, we talked about it on episode 1, right?
Yeah.
So that was our last podcast episode, which I thought was pretty good. FT-RDx, again, stands for Functional Training Redefined. It's our philosophy and our approach to fitness, how we organize what we offer. So again, just to give it a rundown, I'll be 30 seconds with this. We have 4 pillars to our fitness, which is strength, conditioning, Olympic lifting, and definitely specialty classes to keep that variety aspect. Yeah. We come from that place, and that's what we offer. And that's FT-RDx, and it's in 6-week blocks. Mm-hmm. It's progressional overload, it's continued progress, and then ching-ching, when we get used to something, we reset. And we continue to add things to our repertoire of fitness, and we move on and we learn something new and we keep progressing.
Explain progressional overload to me, kind of.
Well, like, say if you're gonna do a squat for 6 weeks, you're starting with a squat of, say, 10 reps. Yeah. At that 6th week, you don't wanna be doing the same weight for the same amount of reps. Yeah. You wanna continue to, say, for example, improve your strength. So your repetitions are gonna go down, but your strength, the weight that you're putting on the bar is gonna go up. Yeah. That's just one simple way of explaining it. So we're progressing, and we're training our body to continue pushing a little bit more each week. Mm-hmm. And that goes for the conditioning classes too. We're sharpening our conditioning skills, things like that. Yeah. Right.
Where do you see it kind of going as we go? We're in block 1. How do you see
Block 3.
Yeah, sorry, not block 1. We're in
Phase
the first block of the 6 weeks.
Yeah.
We're in week 3.
Yeah.
How do you see it like pairing with Hyrox and all that stuff? Can you talk to me a little bit about that?
Yeah, I think if someone's going to be training for Hyrox or someone's going to be training to compete in something, you have to continue to progress in your training. And our bodies are very, very good at getting comfortable. Yeah. So it has a direct correlation with continuing to prepare your body for competition or continuing to prepare your body for results. Yeah. 6 weeks is kind of that sweet spot between 4 and 6. Where maybe you're gonna be, if Hyrox you're asking me about, you're gonna be building a base for running. Yeah. So you're gonna be learning how to run in zone 2. Yeah. And you're gonna be learning how to run at a steady state. So that might be happening in game day where you're gonna build that base for 6 weeks, and then the next phase, now we're gonna add a speed component to it, or more kilometers to it. So I think it has an amazing correlation, a direct correlation with somebody preparing for Hyrox. Yeah. Right?
As we've looked at the athletes, the top athletes, a lot of them train very, very similar in different segments. So we have like our classes like Strength U that is very strength based. We have like our Rush that's high intensity training and all that stuff. And you see when they're training for it, the top athletes in the world, they have these blocks of strength. They have these blocks of running. They have this. So it's very parallel to what we're doing in class.
Yeah, FT-RDx too. Like, it's something that, there's people in our community, there's coaches, there's us, there's all kinds of people. And when you move, it's like the Titanic. Like, the Titanic's floating in the ocean. If you're gonna turn the Titanic, you gotta just like turn it slowly, and the big Titanic's gonna eventually turn. So we're like just starting to turn, and it comes with a lot of questions. It comes with a lot of mistakes. It comes with a lot of like, why are we doing this? So right now we're just starting to turn the boat. Like, it's just starting. So we're learning every day as we go, and our clients are too. There's uncertainty with some clients, there's questions. So we're kind of just in that right now. And it's all kind of hitting this time when Hyrox is coming to Toronto, which is great. And I think, if I could speak about the future, I'm not a fortune teller, but I definitely think that the timeline of things intersecting are Hyrox, Durham opening, more people becoming curious about hybrid training, which is strength and conditioning, the way we've been training for 9 years. It's all intersecting around the same timeline, which is fall of 2024.
And what have you been saying to me this whole time? You're the most excited. Finish my sentence.
I'm the most excited I've been since starting Resilience.
Why?
I'm excited because I see the benefits. I see us touching people's lives from all levels of fitness. I see people that are super into fitness and coming to Resilience and finding a place where they can train and continue to progress and find that home feeling. And I also see someone who has no idea what they're doing, and they take a chance and they take a risk and they step out in faith and they take a risk to insert themselves into something new, and I see them progressing. And I see them feeling welcome. And it's because we're all maturing and we're all changing and we're all learning. So I see that FT-RDx is a great way to now communicate, hey, this is what we do here. And this is how it works, and you're gonna do great here. And insert them in and support them the whole way through. I see Hyrox coming to Toronto and really, boom, jolting something into the Canadian fitness market. It's great.
You're seeing it everywhere. You're seeing, like, I think I heard one of the clients was telling me it's the fastest growing sport in the world right now. It's
crazy, man. That's insane.
And if you start looking on it on your Instagram, be prepared to see only Hyrox algorithms, because it's like going nuts. That's all I see. That's all I see now.
And what something I like about Hyrox and FT-RDx and Resilience, all kind of like the timeline I was talking about, is that a great sort of blanket statement is it's hybrid training. Right? And hybrid training, there's no one way to do it. There's no specific, this is how you do it. There's some shifting and there's some movement and there's some variety and opportunities for creativity. So I think it allows us to really present what we do is how we do things, and this is a great way. I mean, it's proof in the pudding. This is an opportunity to showcase our clients, to say, hey, these people are consistent, look at their benefits, look at their results. I was talking to clients today, they're like, I went from a size this to this because they wanted to lose weight. Awesome. I see, I'm hearing people, I can now run for 4 kilometers straight. I couldn't run, I heard this today, this morning. I couldn't run 200 meters and now I'm running 4 kilometers. Crazy. But that's hybrid. I hear people in patients classes. I'm doing a snatch for the first time in my life, and I'm 50 something years old. I'm taking a barbell and lifting it over my head. I'm learning how to do a power clean. And these people are 40, they're 30, they're 50, and they're progressing because it's hybrid. They can go to patients class and learn how to barbell lift and do Olympic lifting, and then the next day they come to my game day class.
So what?
That's the ultimate
maybe explain
hybrid.
that. You said that like hybrid is, there's no one way to do it, and I agree with you. There's no way of doing hybrid training. But maybe explain a little bit more of the philosophy about it. Like, what is it? What does that mean? Like, because someone may not understand.
Okay,
that,
so
really, even though we maybe touched on it a little bit.
Yeah, no, it's I could maybe botch this expression and how I would define it. I don't think definition, but if you think about a hybrid, like a hybrid car or a hybrid something, it has two sides to it. There's multiple facets of something into one. So a hybrid approach is one that focuses on strength. So there's a good dose, there's a good amount of strength training.
Yeah.
You know, we're lifting heavy, we're taking long breaks, but then there's a good amount of conditioning.
Yeah.
So we're running for long periods of time. We're doing HIIT classes. We're conditioning our body, we're getting our heart rate up, but we're also lifting weights. So very general explanation, but you're getting that hybrid approach.
But I think that's like the evolution of fitness, right? Like
In some ways, definitely.
Back when we worked out, it was just like
I still work out, bro.
No, back when we worked out when we started.
Yeah.
It was
I'm
just like
joking,
all
I'm just
lifting,
joking.
no cardio, and you're young and but like I feel like this is even the younger generation is moving towards this like hybrid model. They want to be all around, and it's the healthiest probably way to train, right?
100%, I think. I mean, that's our approach, that's our opinion, that's what we offer. And the crazy thing is, we have been presenting that for 9 years.
Yeah.
That's the approach to fitness we've been taking.
Yeah.
So I love that. I'm excited about that. And I see these Hyrox guys or these girls or even people that are just hybrid athletes, they're in shape. They can do kind of it all. They cannot do, and I think that's what CrossFit, why people like CrossFit too so much, is that a CrossFit athlete can do so many things well. Like they're really well-rounded. They can run. I mean, in the CrossFit Games, they just had a mile run, I think was one of the events.
Yeah.
That's crazy. And then they're doing handstand walks. Like it's super well-rounded. Yeah.
Okay, so I think we touched on that a lot. I hope you got a lot from that, but I'm going to talk about what this guy's very, very, very hyped up for. The visionary behind this is the Resilience Games. East York versus Durham. Tell me a little bit about that, when it's happening. Talk to me.
Okay, what do you want to know?
I want to know, maybe just start with the dates, what clients can expect, how's it going to look, maybe a sneak peek, because I don't know if we have all the details totally figured out, but we got a couple months, right?
I can only touch on from like when it comes to the vision of it, from the broad aspect. So the real blanket is that our heart has always been community. Our heart has always been relationships and people working out together from all backgrounds of life. And what happens in this gym is special because there's a big part of that. So now that we have 2 gyms, now that there's 2 gyms flowing, there's 8 classes a day at East York and 8 here, and there are so many things that are happening under the Resilience umbrella, but there's a lot of missing links as far as bringing people together. And we try to do that with events and stuff.
Yeah.
So the Resilience Games is an opportunity to now bring the 2 sides together and put a little
healthy competition.
A little healthy competition.
Just a bit.
For people the motive is to get to know each other and have fun. The second motive is to see who is going to win the games. Okay, let's get that straight. Okay, so the reason we're doing it is so that the East York and Durham crews, coaches, everyone, the families, everyone can kind of come together. We can have some good food. We can have some competition. We can see who the strongest is. We can see who the best lawn bowler is. We can see who can do the most pull-ups, the rope climbs. It's not all fitness. Yeah. There's going to be some fun sort of games involved too.
Yeah. Why?
Because why what?
Why not just fitness?
Because it allows for an even playing field. It allows, there's going to be strengths at Durham. Yeah. And then there's going to be strengths at East York, and that's great, but we want to throw a couple wild cards in
just
there.
for fun.
I remember we went to San Diego, you mentioned it, and we did the first ever Resilience Games, and we did it inter-community. We did it, the people there was 35 of us in California, and we made 4 or 5 teams. And we called it the Resilience Games.
Yeah, 4 teams, yeah.
And there was fitness aspects to it, which were really powerful and awesome. Who was the fastest? We did relays, all that. But then we did a couple cool games that were really kind of, I wouldn't say luck won it, but anyone can, on any given day, can win. Yeah. So you have to throw those in there. Anyway, so we're going to do East York versus Durham, a 2-day event. Yeah. Friday night is going to be in East York in the Dome.
November 23rd, 22nd.
22nd. And then that would be called Friday Night Lights. And there's going to be probably 10 to 12 events where a representative or 2 or 3 or team from East York faces Durham. Yeah. In an event. And then we'll do another event, and then another event. And sometimes it's a single versus single, sometimes it's a team of 5 versus team of 5. And then we'll have Saturday off, and then Sunday we'll conclude it here on Sunday morning in Durham. And there's gonna be team captains, 3 representatives from Durham, 3 representatives from East York. Those are gonna be peer what's it called?
Peer elected?
Peer elected. So we'll have like an online
democratic
vote.
process.
Yeah, man, this is serious. And then a coach, you'll probably be a head coach of one of them, and I'll be a head coach of them. And then we'll have coaches to be assistant coaches as well. And it's just gonna be a battle, man. It's gonna be, we're gonna get after it. It's gonna be the Olympics, all in good fun, but competitive at the same time.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Looking forward to that.
There's a couple, you might be listening to this and being like, well, how, like, I'm not gonna do any events because like I can't climb a rope. Well, there's like 20 to 25 events, but an individual can only do up to 5 events. They can only participate in 5 events. So
that's a lot of events.
That's a lot of events, but they can't participate in 20, 15 or 20.
That makes sense. Yeah.
So it allows for an even playing field. So you have to actually strategically pick who's going where. You got to rally as a team.
Sports going on.
No, it's gonna be sick, man. It's gonna be 3-point contest, closest to the. I'm not gonna give away too much right now.
Awesome.
Josh, not too excited about that.
No.
Are you excited about that?
What, the 3-point contest? Yeah, of course, man.
Let's go.
We're gonna get it. Okay, last thing we wanted to talk about, we have like a cool project coming up, so we just wanted to touch on that a little bit, and this is probably like around the New Year's thing. We've been talking a lot about just like in the 10 years, we've met so many people and talked to so many people, and they move away, their schedules don't align, and there's so many people that like were maybe once clients or want to be clients, and they just can't be for whatever reason. But we want to be able to serve them as well. So we're going to be in the process of developing an app. And the app is going to be doing programming for you if you're outside, if you're not coming to the gym in resilience. Like, we would love for you to come, but we understand there's a lot of people that aren't coming for whatever reason. So we want to serve those clients too through programming on an app. So to give you an example of what it may look like is, let's say, there's going to be a couple different programs, but let's say you're just a beginner and you come into in resilience and it's just maybe a little bit too intense for you, and you want to know what to do. And maybe you're working out from home or working out from a gym, and you just decided resilience, it's just not working for you in terms of coming to class. It's totally okay. We're going to build a beginner program for you to follow. So that's one of the programs. And we've tried different things we have a lot of experience doing this. Remember, we ran like foundations programs and all this stuff. Yeah. We just found that this is going to be a good way to serve those clients. So for 10 years, me and Andrew have been programming for a large community, and now we're like taking a step back and focusing on FT-RDx. But we realized there's all these segments that there's an opportunity to hit. And we're going to use our expertise to zero in on these niches and really program for them, so you get effective workouts even if you're not coming from or you're not coming to the classes. So the beginner program being one, we're going to have like a strength program that you can do at the gym. We're going to have a hybrid program that you can do at a gym. So it's very exciting for me, because I think there's so many opportunities to serve past clients maybe that have moved away, that may be doing something else, and we want to serve those people. What do you think? Are you excited for this?
Yeah, definitely. I think it allows the community to grow on a geographical level. Yeah. So I know people that have moved to the States that were past clients. Yeah. I know people that have moved to Europe and also Mexico. Those are people that come to resilience, and sometimes you'll still hear them say, "Oh, I missed you guys," or "I missed the workouts," because they have been trying to find something where they now live and they just haven't been able to. So it still allows that touch point of working out with the community, staying connected through the WhatsApp group, staying connected through social media, and that can evolve to many different things. We can have an online competition, we can have live workouts. There's many things that can come from this.
Well, one of the things that we hear a lot of the time is like, we hear from clients like that have moved away, or they just can't make it for whatever reason. They go to the gym and they say, "I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do when I get here." True. And we're going to use our expertise, the coaches around us, to help us in these specific programs that are very niche based, to help us build very, very effective programs that these people can follow, so they have direction and can get to their goals. So very excited about that.
Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was just going to say, I'm very excited about it. We just got to get an app going, which we're in the process of looking at and developing that. So very, very cool, I think.
I think it's so powerful to have a coach in many ways. Even coaches have coaches. Like I work out with Coach Patient 2 or 3 times a week, and he's coaching me through new lifts, keeping me accountable. I still work out in the classes, which I love to do, but there's something about having a coach.
And direction.
And direction, and being led. And I would consider myself, wow, I've been in this industry 9 years. I know what to do.
Yeah.
But it's different when you have a coach who's working through it with you. And that's what we do on a daily basis.
Yeah.
And I'm just showing the listener, like, even I have a coach.
Yeah.
Me and Patient work together 3 times a week, and it's amazing. It's helped my fitness journey, and I still love to do the classes. But in being around, going to your class, and you're coaching me every Wednesday morning at Shred at East York, I love to be in a position where I'm also being coached.
And you have a blueprint of
That's right,
going,
man. That's right.
And it helps
That's
with
right.
motivation, right?
That's right. That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
I know I'm gonna meet Patient at the gym on Thursday mornings at 8:30.
Yeah.
Every Thursday, man. We meet. We have a time together. We work out. We talk. He coaches me through it, and it's an amazing hour. Same thing with our clients. They know they're gonna come to 9:30 game day.
Yeah.
And they're going to be coached by Andrew, and I'm going to run to the 401 with them. We just did a finisher where we ran to the 401. But would you be doing that by yourself?
No.
No, because you're being coached.
Yeah.
So now this is going to allow us to coach more people outside of our gym,
Yeah.
physically speaking.
And there's even people I know that like you said, that know so much about fitness. They go to the gym, and if they haven't had a plan that they've developed, it's sometimes they can slack off. And these are people that know fitness
That's
very,
right.
very, very well.
100%,
So
man, 100%.
serving people that may be new to fitness and not know what to do. We're gonna get our knowledge together and provide for these niches.
Yeah. So I feel like you want to sign off, but I want to keep talking.
Okay,
Can we
go ahead.
keep talking?
Yeah.
Are you still in it? Okay.
Yeah.
So, you asked me a question. I'm going to go back to the second or third topic about, like, why are you so excited? You said, why are you so excited?
Yeah.
The most you've ever been.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to ask you that too. Are you excited? And
Yeah.
how are you feeling about the future?
I think I'm very excited because I think there's new opportunities coming around, and there's so many things going on. We got 2 locations now. We got new clients, new relationships that we're building, and there's a lot of projects that me and Andrew are like talking about every single day. I don't think we go a day without not talking to each other and talking about business and talking about what we want to do, and it's very inspiring. It keeps my mind going, and it's just fun.
Because I ask you because I believe people listening to this, they want to know. They're curious. Mm-hmm. They actually want to know the depth of that. And they want to know personally, what makes you excited? What are you excited about the future for?
I've always been excited of trying to make the service better and better and better. And I think there's been so many mistakes that me and Andrew have made, but we're always trying to, whatever we receive, we're trying to make it better. And sometimes you got to make very important decisions. There's money involved and all this stuff, but really at the heart of it, me and Andrew are always trying to make this business better, make the programming better, make the facility better, make it more accessible, have 2 locations. You can go to both locations, do events, do all this stuff. Really, the heart of it is we're just passionate about trying to make it better and make it get clients to their goals. Have them make relationships, make fitness fun for them, and that's what drives me. I just want to continue to make this better. It's like a project to me that I'm totally engulfed in, and it can be overwhelming sometimes to our families and stuff like that. But we love it, and they support us, and we're just super happy about it. Me and Andrew have been friends for so long, and it's amazing doing it with you. So
yeah, that's awesome. Has that changed since you've had a son?
It's more challenging, but it's also like there's more motivation. So finding it a little bit more challenging to dedicate time, and you got to balance like helping out, and my wife's right now on mat leave right now for a little bit. So it's challenging, but it's exciting at the same time. I'm excited for him to come here and experience resilience. And
Nice.
Yeah.
And has that jolted your fitness personally?
Yeah, just like for me, the Hyrox has really jolted my fitness specifically. I've been going through the motions a little bit, because I've always been someone that's been pretty active, and for me to get like to not work out at all, it's not good for me mentally. So I've always been like going through kind of checking the boxes, but I'm finding Hyrox to be very, very motivating, making me really want to put in that extra work, even when I'm like super busy and stuff like that. So going on runs at 9 p.m., 9:30 p.m. and trying to fit it in and trying to prioritize that, I don't think I would be doing if I didn't have a race coming up. So that's been cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
Just thinking about anything else that might be just kind of worthy of touching on this episode. Not that we're fishing for stuff to talk about, but there's definitely always a few things going on that. The fall. Okay, I want to just talk about the fall. So timelines and just things. Just giving you guys a vision for the next 5-6 months. We're nearing the end of September. Things are kind of back in gear for most parents with the kids in school. I'd encourage you to really start developing the routine as the kids are developing the routine. Don't wait for the kids to develop the routine, then you develop your routine. You need to be on so that the kids are on. Because I can say that because I'm going through that right now with my son Josiah. I need to be on. I'm working out before I drive him to school. So parents, that's just a word of encouragement. Get on this ship now. Don't wait. Because it'll be worth it. The other thing is, as September kind of winds down, Hyrox is coming to Toronto. So AKA Hyrox is coming to Canada for the first time ever. So I think that's really cool. Over the next couple of weeks, I think as a community, the majority of us are just kind of focused on that as we're winding down, as we're wrapping up phase 1 of FT-RDx. Mid-October, we have phase 2 of FT-RDx starting. We're excited for that. Some big lifts coming up in gains and strength U, and then some really cool athletic drills starting in game day. Survivor is going to be picking up in Durham a little bit more, so get ready for that. And then we have the resilience games in November. So that's kind of like September, October, November, some of the bigger things. December is always a cool time of the year because people want to get those workouts in before Christmas. And then New Year's is like a whole revamp. It's a whole revamp of people trying to get in their fitness. Get in your fitness now. Don't wait to catch up in the new year. Like, no, start now. And then we always like to have a friends and family kind of family day thing, which is cool in February. Vegas is in February. But those are just kind of like some of the big things to look forward to. In that we are going to see some big personal bests. We're going to see some big PBs. We're going to see some big numbers. People are going to start hitting some big numbers with this programming now. So I'm looking forward to seeing that in the fall. In 2 weeks, we've got phase, 3 weeks. Week 5 and 6 wrapping up in strength U, and we're going to see some PBs with a 1 rep max in squat. I'm excited to see about 20 to 30 new PBs that last week of October. So that's exciting to me. So we'll get that going. So
awesome.
Man.
That was fun.
Yeah, it was good, man. Let's keep doing this. If you're watching this on YouTube or whatever, leave a comment. Talk to us about what you'd like to hear us touch on in resilience. And if you guys have any questions, we are always open to discussing with you guys and looking forward to many more of these.
Signing off.
Episode 2, yeah.
Signing off, guys. Have a good day. See ya.